Story, and I have Patrick here with me today. We are going to take you through a little yoga flow that is geared towards runners. So this is perfect to do after your run to help cool you down and stretch out all those muscles that you use when you're running. We are using kind of a yoga strap, just what we used to wrap around our mats, but if you have a resistance band or a towel, you can use that in place of this as well. We're going to get started down on our backs with our strap today. So make your way all the way down to your back, pull your right knee into your chest, and just start to find a little bit of movement here. Find some circles with your knee. You can roll out through your ankle, stretch through your toes. Try and stay grounded down through your left hip so that as you open your knee up to the side, you're really stretching through your right inner thigh and hip. And then go ahead and find your strap and place it around the arch of your right foot. Send your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. You can keep your left foot extended and flat, or you can bring your left knee or left foot to the ground as well. Flex your toes back towards your face. Keep a soft bend in your right knee. You should feel a stretch through your hamstring and your calf. If you feel any pain behind your knee, you've stretched a little bit too far. So breathe into the stretch. We'll be here for several breaths. With your inhales, I want you to think about pressing through your heel, reaching your toes back towards your face. And with your exhales, think about your muscles relaxing into the stretch and opening up through the back of your right leg here. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed down away from your ears. And feel your muscles open up into the stretch with every breath out. We'll be here for one more breath in. And then start to send your right leg across your body towards the left side of your mat. You have two different options here. You can keep this a really shallow twist and keep both hips grounded to the mat, and you'll feel it more through your IT band, the outside of your thigh. Or you can let your leg fall completely over to the side, and you'll feel it more as a twist through your spine. You'll also feel it through the outside of your hip, but not quite as much. So if you're IT band, your hips are feeling really tight, I would recommend keeping a more shallow stretch so you can really open up through the outside of your leg. Keep thinking about reaching your toes up towards the top of your head and relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe into this stretch. I know this one can be kind of tight or uncomfortable. Patrick's a biker, so this probably feels really good if you bike a lot too. One more breath out here, and on your next breath, open up to the other side. Send your right leg all the way across. You need to adjust a little bit. You can always bring your left hand to the top of your left hip to help keep it grounded down. So we don't want you rolling off of your mat. I want you to stay connected to the ground. Keep a soft bend in your right knee. You should feel this stretch through the inside of your right hip and thigh. Breathe into it. With every exhale, feel your muscles opening up, relaxing into the stretch. If you have any yoga props at home, like blocks, you can always prop a block up underneath as well, or maybe a pillow or a blanket if you want to stay here for a longer period of time if you're doing this stretch on your own. On your next breath, bring your right leg straight up, plant your left foot on the mat, and cross your right foot on top of your left knee as you remove the strap for a supine figure four. You can stay right here if this is enough of a stretch for you. You can use your hand to press your right knee open, or you can thread your fingers behind your left leg and bring your legs in closer to your chest. You should feel this stretch through the outside of your right hip. Stay relaxed through your upper body. Sometimes a little bit of movement side to side will change the sensation of the stretch as well. your legs, send them long, pause, take a moment to notice the difference between your right and your left side. Then draw your left knee into your chest. Find a little bit of movement here, similar to the first side, some circles with your knee, and roll out through your ankles, stretch through your toes. Get any pops out. And go ahead and find your strap, loop it around your foot, send your left leg straight up. Again, you can keep your right foot extended out here, or you can bend your right foot, right knee, set your foot on the ground. One side might feel a little different than the other side, so know that you don't have to be in the exact same spot as you were on the other side, but you want a similar stretch and sensation through the back of your left leg. Keep a little bend in your knee. Think about flexing your toes back towards your face, pressing your heel up, lengthening with your inhales, pulling a little bit deeper with your exhales. What do you think they're doing up there?
Jamming out.
I don't know if you can hear, but our neighbors, it sounds like they're just marching in place right above us. Maybe they're working out. We'll be here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, send your leg across your body off towards the right. Same options on this side. You can keep a shallow twist or make it a deeper twist, whatever you need on this side. If you're opting for that more shallow twist, think about pushing your left glute back down into the ground and reaching your right toes up towards your face. Breathe into it. One more breath out. Bring your leg back to center and open it up towards the left. Be here for a couple of breaths. Keep a little bend in your left knee. Hand might come to the top of your right hip to help you stay connected to the ground, to your mat. Notice the muscles that feel tight here, resistant. Thanks.
Sorry, I'm too long.
And imagine them opening up and relaxing into the stretch, finding a little more length. It's okay, you can prop it up if you want. One more breath out. Draw your left leg back up to center. Bring your right foot to the ground. Remove your strap and cross your left foot on top of your right knee. Figure 4, other side. Again, option is stay right here. You can press your left knee away from your body, or you can thread your fingers behind your right leg and draw them in closer to your chest. You should feel this through the outside of your left hip. If you found a little bit of movement on the other side, a little rock side to side, you can find that again here. One more breath in, and uncross your legs, drop both of your knees into your chest, and start to find a little rock and roll front to back. The length of your spine until you get all the way up to your seat. We'll meet in tabletop, all fours. Shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees. Set up for cats and cows. On your inhale, drop your belly, reach your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulder blades together down your back. Exhale, cat round through your back. Press the ground away from you. Shoulder blades pull apart. Start to move back and forth between these two postures. Exhaling as you round in, inhaling as you open up. Any other movement side to side also sometimes feels good here. So you can move in and out of the stretch any way that feels good for you today. We'll be here just for a couple more rounds of breath. And on your next breath, make your way back to tabletop. Come up onto your knees and step your right foot forward for a lunge position. This isn't a really deep lunge, so your shoulders are over your hips. I want you to bring your hands to your hips and then tuck your tailbone down towards the ground. As you start to tuck your tailbone down, pulling your hips back towards you, you should start to feel a stretch through the front of your left hip and thigh. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Maybe. Option to reach your left arm up overhead if you want a little bit more sensation here. Breathe into it. Feel this through the front of your left hip, hip flexor. Good, one more breath in here. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down to the ground and start to walk your right foot all the way towards the top right corner of your mat. So now we are in a deeper lunge position. Runner's lunge is what we call this in yoga. You can stay up on your hands. You can roll open onto the outside edge of your foot. You can come down to your forearms. You can move around a little bit, side to side, front to back. And if a quad stretch is a part of your practice, you can find that here. Right arm reaches up and around for your left foot. If you have that strap nearby, you can also loop the strap around your foot if you can't quite make that connection, or you can just hang out here in runner's lunge. We'll be here for one more breath. If you're down on your forearms, start to press back up onto your palms, and then heel toe your right foot all the way to the left edge of your mat for half pigeon. Peek over your right shoulder to square up your hips. You can stay lifted upright if that is enough of a stretch through the outside of your right hip. You also might feel this through the front of your left hip, or you can start to lower down onto your forearms. If you have a blanket or a pillow that you want to rest on, you can do that as well, just to bring the ground up a little bit closer to you. Maybe you start up here, and the more that you breathe into the stretch, you're able to release further into it. So no, you don't have to stay right where you begin for every stretch. Must be trying to get all their steps in today. If you're down on your forearms, start to press back up onto your palms. Tuck your left toes under. However you want to get there, we're going to move back to a tabletop position. Just send the right leg back, open it up, maybe shake it out a little bit. Whatever feels good for you here. And then we're going to stay open in that side plank position. Right hand reaches up and around for the inside of your right foot. Yeah, there we go. And then you can stay right here, or you can start to press your hand into your foot, your foot into your hand.
That hurts my knee.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's fine. Let's try it one more time.
It's very uncomfortable on my knee.
That's okay, we'll come back to tabletop. Almost. All right, come back up, other side. Send your left foot forward into that kneeling lunge position. Bring your hands to your hips, tuck your pelvis under. Did feel a stretch through the front of your right hip and thigh.
I'm more coordinated than that, I swear.
He is very coordinated. He is also on the hardwood. I don't know if you can tell that. I'm on the carpet and he's on the hardwood. So, concrete. The fake hardwood above the concrete. You can stay right here, or you can lift your right arm up overhead if you want a little bit more through your hip flexor. We're just thinking about pushing the tailbone down towards the ground, tucking our pelvis back towards us, kind of like we're trying to zip up through our little belly, pull your belly button into your spine. Breathe into it. One more big breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Walk your left foot all the way to the left top corner of your mat. It doesn't have to get all the way up there. I just don't want your knee moving past your toes. So we want your joints stacked on top of each other or your foot in front of your knee. You can find that little movement side to side here. If you want, you can roll open onto the outside edge of your left foot. You can come down to your forearms. If you found a quad stretch on the other side, left hand reaches up and around for your right foot. Again, doesn't have to look the same as the other side. We just want a similar sensation. And then from here, we'll start to walk your left foot all the way to the right edge of your mat to move into half pigeon. Other side, peek over your left shoulder to square up your hips. Again, you can stay lifted upright right where you are, or you can start to lower down onto your palms. Maybe you need a few breaths to get there and you start upright, and then slowly allow yourself to release further into the stretch. Just focus on your breath here. Focus on those muscles that feel tight or resistant, and your breath allowing them to release, open up into the stretch a little bit more. And if you're down on your forearms, start to press back up onto your palms. However you want to get there, we'll make our way back to tabletops, and the left leg straight back, shake it out, and open up into side plank. Right hand comes down, reach your left arm up and around for your left foot. Did you get it?
Yeah, I didn't fall.
Yay, good job. You can stay right here, or you can start to press your hand into your foot back into your hand. Stretching through the front of your quad, your shoulders. One more big breath in. And exhale, release. Come all the way to your seat. One more stretch for you here, seated forward fold. Sit up nice and tall, big breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, reach your chest towards your toes. If this stretch feels uncomfortable for you, you can always use a strap. If you can't fold forward very far, or if you can fold forward pretty far, you can use it to go a little bit deeper too. But I want you to focus on staying long through your spine and try not to force yourself to your feet. So if your hands don't touch your feet, it's fine. Just allow yourself to relax forward into the stretch. We'll be here for one more breath in. And on your exhale, roll back up to the top. Awesome job. Thanks for joining us for a little yoga for runner stretch.